Sharp 11 a.m. in India, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, sirs and madams. Thank you very much if you're watching me on Zoom. And in case if you're watching me somewhere else, thank you very much for joining from that platform too. There's one thing common in all of us who are live right now, and that one thing is we all respect time, isn't it? No, not because I'm starting on time. That's the reason I'm saying I'm respect. No, we all respect time, not because of that, but Sunday morning, 11 a.m. Still, you have decided to invest your time to learn something. It means you respect time. It means you have that approach towards time that let me use my time effectively so I can learn something and grow in my life. And that's a true characteristic of a good leadership. So I'm happy that today I'm meeting those people who have approach towards time like this. We all are leaders, and I must congratulate you for that. And in case if you want to congratulate each and everyone for that, just type C in the chat box. Let's start this session by congratulating each other. Just type C. Let's congratulate each other. In case if you're watching me somewhere else, you can still write C in that chat box. And let's start the session by acknowledging this fact that we are respecting time like this to learn something. Now the C will keep on coming. And one thing which I've learned in communication that it's a responsibility of the speaker to ensure that nothing is taking the attention away from the content. So keeping that learning in my mind, I have to respectfully stop the chat. You can still write to me, but it will be visible only to me, not to everyone. Let's move forward. One more question coming in my mind. Unless and until I don't settle those questions, it will be very difficult for me to focus on the content. And the question is, I understand the importance of this subject, your ability to speak in English, especially in India. And I have been doing this session since last few days, to be very precise, I think more than 15 to 20 days now. Almost every second day, third day, I'm helping or rather investing my time and consuming your time also to raise awareness about this language. My question is, how many of you have already attended this session before? You said, Praveen, yes, I have attended this session before. Click on A. Click on B. No, Praveen, I have not attended this session before. A, if you have attended. B, if you have not. A, you have already attended this session before. B, A or B. A or B. A or B. Okay. Those people who have clicked on A, that is 39% people, and 61% people clicked on B. So 39% people, if you have already attended this session before, still you are joining here, then I'm very optimistic. It's just like you watch a good movie, you love to watch it again, you listen to a good song, you want to listen to it again. So I'm very optimistic about it. You might have liked it and you are coming again. But in case if you have come again because you could not able to understand what I wanted to make you understand last time, then I believe if the audience is sleeping, someone has to wake up the speaker. I have to improve. You don't have to. This time within my capacity, I will try my best. And around 64% people were attending for the first time. Thank you very much. Within my capacity, I will make sure that today in this session, we all learn how to speak in this language fearlessly and fluently, the way we speak in our mother tongue, with a comfortable smile on our face. In case if you are wondering, Praveen, how we are going to communicate in this session, the way we have communicated in last 3 minutes, via chat, via poll. So I will be using chat and poll module to interact with you, to seek your opinion, and we'll take this discussion further from there. Let's understand what we are going to do today. This session is divided in 3 parts. The objective is, of course, how to speak in English fearlessly and fluently. But there's 3 parts. Part number 1, what is my association with this language? When did I fall in love with this language? When did I learn this language? Because the reason I want to invest little time on that, because if after listening to that, you have to feel like this, or if he can speak in English, anyone on the planet Earth should speak. That is one, my association. Second thing, what are the 5 mindset you have to develop toward this language? I must tell you, this language, the reason why we are struggling, or many of us sometimes we struggle to speak in this language, just not because of the skill set, because of the mindset. 5 mindset, the way we look toward this language. Moment you tweak those 5 perspectives, you will be far more comfortable with this language. And part number 3, What should be your strategy after this workshop? How you can take this journey further? So we'll discuss that strategy in part number 3. Let's move forward. Let's start with the number one thing, that is, what is my association with this language? Very quickly, I remember that most of the times we learn this language in school. It's a language, so we learn in school. But I do remember learning this language in school. I was never interested in studies, by the way. There's nothing called good student, bad students. I was not even interested in studies. There were several reasons behind that. Now, one way you can find out whether you are really interested in studies or not is your ninth standard results. Because till ninth standard, you will always find, because of this influence, that influence, because of the teacher's courtesy, they always try to push students till ninth standard. But no school wants to spoil the results of 10th standard, right? Sometimes schools, they take 10th standard results on their pride. So they will never push those students to 10th standard where they are aware that, okay, 100% guarantee the child is not going to clear 10th standard and going to spoil the result of my school. I was that child. So I was the only child in my class who failed in ninth standard, English and maths. And I failed. When I failed, I did something which has nothing to do with English, but it has to do with life. I decided to run away from my home. It was in Nasik, and Mumbai is very close to Nasik, hardly 5 hours. 14 to 15 years old, ninth standard, no money, nothing in my pocket. I came to Mumbai, and I had spent 4 days in Mumbai on the platform. I feel so fortunate that in those 4 days, I never got trapped or went in some wrong hands. I feel very lucky about that. But in those 4 days, I've learned 3 life learnings, which is like a crash course for me. Number one, that you are nothing without your parents. Your existence on this planet Earth is zero without your parents. You are not even noticeable without your parents. So my relationship with parents, those 4 days have played a very important role, that realization that I'm zero without my parents. Number two, there is something called hunger. Many of us, we have not witnessed that, fortunately, but it's very difficult to manage hunger. And third, life learning, that there is a difference between staying lonely and feeling lonely. One can stay lonely easily. I'm a solo traveler. I can stay lonely for a significant period of time, even for weeks and months in mountains. I love to do that. Feeling lonely, one might feel lonely even in the marriage. One might feel lonely even in the class. Feeling lonely is different. That's a different feeling. That's a very painful feeling. And the only reason I decided to come back after 4 days to my place, I said, I'm feeling lonely. I can't handle this. So in case if you have, that fantasy running away from home, it's keep it fantasy only, it's not work. So I decided to come back. And after, when I came back, my father has only one request. And I'm very careful using the word request, by the way. He said, Praveen, do only one thing, son. I know you're not interested in studies. I have no hopes from you, but just clear 10th standard. Because if you're stuck in 10th standard, you're gone. You're stuck for life. I've seen lives taking some wrong directions if you are failed in 10th standard. So just clear 10th standard. And I took it very seriously. I didn't disappoint him. I will show my mark sheet. He was so proud, so happy, was so elated and celebrated this. Now you might see 45, 38, 38, or you might see these numbers. My dad saw only this, pass. That's it. He has cleared 10th standard. He was just happy, pass. And I was still, it's a mystery for me that the number or the score I got in maths, 38. It's impossible for me to get that 38, because after the exam, when I came outside, saw, calculated all the questions which I appeared for, and assumed that for every question I will get full out of full, and calculated that number, it was still not more than 35. I have no idea how I've got 38. God does exist. The reason I'm sharing this with you, because I see some people, they have this big excuse. My schooling was not good. That's the reason I'm not able to speak. I belong to this village, that village. I don't belong to a privileged family. I wish I could have gone to convent school. The people who speak in English, those are privileged enough. These are all excuses. If with that schooling I can go, anyone can go. But then when did I learn this language then? After 10th standard result, suddenly one day my mom sat next to me and she said, Praveen, see, your brother is almost 2 years elder than me. And he said, he's getting admission in engineering now. He will get a good job. I said, oh, okay. Then she said that he will get a good girl too. Now, unfortunately, we belong to that kind of culture, which you cannot change. It's very difficult to change the culture of one country. That if you are serious in your life, at least in those days, if you are serious in your life, science, less serious, commerce, not serious, arts. And girls like serious people, serious boys who are serious about in their life. I said, that's right. I have to be serious. So I decided seriously that, yeah, let me take science. But with that mark sheet, who will give me science? But there is one college in Nasik. It's called NDMVP, Panchavati College. If you don't get admission anywhere, even if you have 35, 36, in those days, I have no idea about now. In those days, if you're not getting admission anywhere, that was the last resort, that you will get admission there. Unfortunately, I got admission there. And an 11th standard only, I found for which I wanted to take science. My girl. I fall in love with one girl and she's my wife. Now we are living a productive life. Ladies and gentlemen, 11th and 12th gone, but we don't learn English in 11th and 12th. But sometimes we improve our English in 11th and 12th because we get that, oh no, yo-yo crowd. But if you are in the college where all the bottom kids are there, you don't get that yo-yo crowd. So I don't remember rather learning and speaking in this language, even in my 11th and 12th standard. So when did I learn this language then? In graduation, especially if you are going outside in the hostel, and if you're surrounded by people who are good in English, you acquire this language. Acquisition is very important in language development, by the way. Sometimes by just by listening, you develop a lot. So I went for my graduation. There's a place called Pravra Rural College of Pharmacy. You go to Shirdi Sai Baba. Further 28 kilometers inside, there's a small village called Loni. In that, there's a college. Forget the students. Even teachers rarely used to speak in English there. So I don't remember speaking or learning. Of course, in farms, you don't learn English, but I don't remember speaking also in this language. Then you learn, or you get an opportunity or get inspired to learn this language in your career, isn't it? So I started my career as a medical representative in a hot headquarter like Satara and Karad. Now, in case if you have not heard this city name, Satara, Karad, these are the cities of Maharashtra, and there are certain cities in Maharashtra, they just love their mother tongue so much that in case if you speak in English, they will look towards you with the corner of their eyes and say, don't act smart, speak Marathi. I said, yeah, that's true. So I don't remember learning this language in initial 2.5 years, not required only. There's a difference between, as a medical representative, you might have seen sitting outside the doctor with that bag. What we have to go inside and then we have to detail. There's a difference between speaking technical English. If you're an engineer, you can speak technical English, but actually using the language to communicate, that's a different skill. Then suddenly I realized that my girl with whom I want to spend my entire life is shifted to Mumbai. She was from Mumbai, but because her parents could not afford her education in Mumbai, she went to Nasik for 11th and 12th. That's how we met there. But she was back to Mumbai and I realized even I have to go to Mumbai now because all the dreams will come true in Mumbai only. So I decided to come to Mumbai. And then I decided to write a letter to my boss. I was in sales and my boss, of course, the head office of the company where I'm working, Cipla, was in Mumbai. So I decided to write a letter and I will show that letter to you. That letter I wrote to my boss. Just a few days ago, my boss said, Praveen, I was just going through my laptop and I saw this email coming. No, you sent this email to me long back. Let me show that email to you. This is that email which I wrote in 2003. So 2001, I started my career. So almost 2.5 years. Let me zoom this for you. Yeah. After spending 2.4 years in forget the article and all, organization, I have learned, forget ED and all, many things from pharma company and blah, 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 blah. I want you to read one line specifically, which will help you to gauge my level of understanding of English. Few of the examples I have to quote here. COTE. No one on the planet Earth can spell that spelling like this, quote. And that too, when you're writing to your boss, you're super serious, you're writing, right? And you're writing with this, that this email might give or open the doors of I going to Mumbai and my dreams. And also you're super serious. I might have read this several times before sending that email, right? That was the level of understanding of my English, even after spending 2.5 years in the career. And I came to Mumbai with that level of English. And I got a shock of my life. I said, oh my God, this is not fair. Here, everyone is speaking in English, right, left, and center. Most of the people, in this example, if you take my culture or my city, my friends, we speak in English like we eat and then we have pickle. We just, after 4 to 5 bites, sometimes we take pickle. We speak in English like pickle English. We speak in Marathi, and then one line in English. Understood? Yes, say yes. One line, pickle. Here, the other language, maybe Hindi was pickle and the main was English. And I said, I can't do this. It's like difficult for me to speak like this, or forget, like even understand the speed with you are speaking in is very difficult for me to understand and speak like this. And then what happened? Like imagine you are sitting in the small conference room, and because it's work, brainstorming is going on, and we are discussing this and that, and they're expecting, they're looking towards me that, do you have any idea, Praveen? I have an idea in my mind. I want to share something, but that thought that what if I'm not able to express? And while expressing, what if I fumble? What if I'm not able to make that sentence? What they will feel, and that might spoil my image. Because of that, I used to keep my mouth shut. My question to you, and let me ask this question via poll. How many of you here say, Praveen, yes, sometimes? Let's listen to the question very carefully. Sometimes at workplace, or sometimes in situations, I want to express, but I'm not able to express freely the way I express in my mother tongue, just because I have to use this language. Click on A. Click on it. Yeah, Praveen, sometimes I struggle to express just because I can't use my mother tongue. I have to use English. Click on it. Click on B. No, Praveen, I don't struggle to express. A or B, A or B, A or B, A or B. Okay, let me end the poll. Let me share the results. Hundreds of people are here. Right? Even if you're watching me on YouTube, LinkedIn, or maybe other platform, you might not able to contribute in this poll, but the statistics are what? What do you mean by statistics? If you're taking 500 people or 5,000 people, doesn't matter. Statistics remain the same. It doesn't change, plus minus here and there. 92% people. My question to 92% people is this. In India, if you're saying that 9 out of 10 people, they hesitate to express at workplace, because we're talking about using this language to grow. We don't use this language with our mother, by the way. So if you're hesitating to express, how can we grow? How do we grow in our life? I'm not denying the importance of working hard. Everyone has to work hard. Even if you're Tata Birla Ambani, they don't get up in the morning, I'm Tata Birla Ambani, let me go back to blanket and sleep. They take their bag and they go and hustle and they work hard. I'm not denying the importance of working hard, but how do you grow in your life? You grow in your life only when you express, when you share your ideas, values, thoughts, suggestion, feedback. That is a fundamental requirement to grow, to climb that corporate ladder, or even if you want to become an entrepreneur. I said, I have to express. I don't know how to express with this language. And then, like many of us, I was lingering with it for a few years. Because many of us, we feel that, okay, I will improve, let me learn. And then we make that small dictionary and then we read newspaper in English, all those homemade solutions. For a few years, I was lingering with it. And then I realized that, hey, wait a minute, this is killing my growth. I could see other people growing, other people getting acknowledged and recognized. Just because not only they're working hard, they're also sharing what are they learning from that hard work. An organization need those people who can share the learnings. So I said, time has come. I have to learn this language. How long I will keep my knowledge, my experience inside my mind? So when I was around 20, 29 years old, for the first time, I took the decision that no, I think I have to improve English. I have to go and join classes. So I used to come from Mumbai Central. There's the head offices in Mumbai Central. So every day I used to catch train. So there's a place called Bandra station. You might have heard in case. So there was a hoarding on Bandra station. I was watching and eyeing that hoarding since many months. That day I decided to get down from the train. I went to that English speaking classes. I knocked the door. I said, "Excuse me." She said, "What?" The receptionist. I still remember the face of that girl. And she said, I will tell you the reason why I remember the face of that girl. She said, she asked me, I said, I want to inquire about English speaking classes. And she said, what you want, what you do. I said, I'm a manager in Cipla. And she said, okay, we have an executive batch where all the working class people, they will work, come together and they learn. So you will learn with them. You will polish your language. You will polish your English. You will refresh your English. I said, one can refresh something which you have learned. There's a refresh. There's nothing to refresh. I don't remember learning this language in my life. I don't remember the face of my English teacher rather. And she said, then you have to join the basic class. And the problem with the basic class is they're all small kids. I said, I have no problem with that. I can absolutely sit with small kids like 10 years, 11 years, 12 years. I have no problem with that. I'm a shameless boy. And then she asked me a very interesting question, because of which I still remember that girl. And she said, Praveen, is there any vacancy in Cipla? I said, even you want something? I said, yeah, I will check is there vacancy in Cipla or not. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that was my first attempt of learning English. It was almost a 3 months course. And I completed that course of 3 months. Basic course, I learned what is noun, pronoun, that verb, subject, agreement, and all that. It was absolutely new for me. And when you learn something, doesn't matter what you learn, or doesn't matter from at what age you are starting that learning, doesn't matter, irrespective of that, irrespective of gender. When you invest your time, energy, money, resources in learning something, even for 3 to 4 months, you get significant and remarkable improvement. What do you mean by remarkable? Worth making a remark. So I started getting the remarks like this. Hey, Praveen, now you're sharing your ideas. Now you're speaking. This kind of remarks from my close colleagues and friends. And I said, okay. Then like any other skill, we invest certain time on that and then we forget. Then we just go back to our life. So after that, I thought it's enough now. 3 months, even though I was not fearless, I was not fluent. Even in those days, even after those 3 days, three months of all the learning, I had to think twice before, if I'm speaking in front of people, even before I open my mouth, especially in English. But I thought it's okay. Let me move forward now. Then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, sirs and madams, at the age of 37, is almost 3.5 or 4 years before, I got an opportunity to speak around 3 years ago. I got an opportunity to speak somewhere. My college invited me. And in that, I realized that there is a huge scope for me to improve my public speaking. I was under the illusion that whenever I speak, people listen because I was an entrepreneur. So what happened that at workplace, if you are a little senior, when you speak, people look towards you like this and they pretend they're listening to you, but not necessarily they're listening. But in that, I realized that people are not listening to me. And I thought, let me learn public speaking skills. So I started learning public speaking skills, joined various clubs, started reading, following some mentors, reading books. And then one very peculiar problem with public speaking, I realized. Very peculiar problem, very unique problem with public speaking. Let me open the chat and let me ask this question to you. What is that one very unique problem we have with public speaking? Tell me. Let me see. What is that one unique problem? What is where absolutely, Nisha, you might have attended my session before also. Absolutely. How to practice? How to practice? Absolutely. Practice is the big problem with public speaking. To develop any skill, you need to practice. Correct? How do we practice? I'm just here respectfully stopping the chat. How do we practice? Now you will say that, Praveen, I practice when I speak in front of my colleagues. That's a real match. You're actually playing the match there. You're not practicing. You're actually playing the match. How do you practice? So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I thought, let me make videos to practice. And I started making videos. When I was making videos, I had two options. One, either make video in Hindi or in English. Now, I have this thumb rule in my life. Whenever you have two options, choose the difficult one, always better. If you're standing in front of staircase and escalator, choose the staircase, always better. Less crowded, more benefits. So I decided to choose English because I was not comfortable with English, fearless and fluent with English. Even 3.5 years ago, I was speaking, but not comfortable. So I decided to make video. And then as soon as I started making videos, I got a shock of my life. And then the shock was, I don't know why, but in India, people have a very unique habit of correcting English, especially on social media. I remember one video where I said, one of my friend, and someone wrote, Mr. Praveen Vadalkar, in this particular video, at this timing, tuck, 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 you said one of my friend. It should be one of my friends. And then many people, yeah, first you should learn English, then you should teach us. Then, but I said, when I'm teaching you English, this video is not at all about English. That was not even about public speaking. It was about a story. And then, okay, I can't take this. I can't take this. Let me learn English again. So I appointed a trainer or mentor again. She used to come every Thursday and again 2 to 3 months of course. That was the second attempt. I invested my time, energy, money, resources to learn this language. The reason I have taken 26 minutes in this session to tell you this, only because, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and sirs and madams, if you have any excuses in the past, doesn't matter whether you are a CEO of one company or you are just in the infancy stage of your career or the middle of the career, doesn't matter where you are. If you have any excuses in the past, that because of this, I can't speak in English, I must tell you with this background, if I can speak English, anyone on the planet can do that. With this mindset, let's enter with 5 mindset now. The second part of our session. What are the 5 mindset which I have, which really makes me very comfortable with this language? Very comfortable. Let's take one by one. The first one, that mindset is that when I say mindset, my understanding about this language, my perspective about this language. Okay. My understanding about this language is that whenever I will use this language to communicate, there is a scope of I doing a mistake. The culture here is that whenever we speak in English, we expect that we should speak in 100% correct English. That expectation is not only from you have from yourself, you also have that expectation up to some degree, even from others. That's the reason, ladies and gentlemen, so many times we have seen that we even if the kids are there, imagine Marathi child. If the child is speaking in Marathi, right? Then, and if the child is doing some mistake in speaking, maybe fumbling over the word or grammar is wrong, the pronunciation of the word is wrong, maybe we will not correct it. But moment if the child is speaking in English and if there is a mistake in grammar, mistake in word, we are the first people to correct it because no, if you're using English, it has to be 100% correct. It is not possible to speak in any language with 100% correctness. Language itself is very complex. It's complex. What do you mean by complex, by the way? Complex means it's a man-made tool. It's not given to us by Mother Nature. Anything which is man-made, it has to be learned. And there has to be a certain degree or acceptable level of errors. As long as I'm not at all advocating or recommending or telling you that no, there is no problem in speaking in wrong English. No, not at all. I'm not denying that. There is a scope of improving, but that scope is with every language. When I speak in Marathi, even I do mistakes in Marathi, but that don't haunt me. It's like sometimes I've seen people, they speak in English, they do mistakes, it's haunting them that I said something like this. Wrong, it was wrong pronunciation. So first thing which you have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, that Every language, when we use, that's the mindset which you have to develop, that it's okay. If there is a difference in pronunciation, if there's a difference, it's okay. I will work hard to make it perfect, but it's okay that just because I am going to do a mistake, that should not stop you from speaking in English, by the way. Let's understand with the help of this simple example, what mindset which I want you to develop. The mindset is this. Imagine that you're standing and you make people from various regions to stand in front of you, from Himachal, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, right? You are standing and you just have people standing in front of you. Each person represents one region. Blindfold yourself, blindfold yourself, right? Close your eyes and then ask everyone one by one to pronounce that word, which is one of the difficult words, not only to pronounce, even to live. Entrepreneurship. You will find, oh my God, if 10 people, there are 10 versions of entrepreneurship, 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 entrepreneurship. Let me ask this question in the poll only. How many of you have heard various versions of this word? Click on A. Yeah, Praveen, even we have heard various versions or pronunciation versions of this word entrepreneurship. And click on A. Or click on B. No, Praveen. A or B, A or B, A or B, A or B. Absolutely. Right. So almost 92% people, they say, Praveen, yes. But the point I'm making, ladies and gentlemen, just because someone is not pronouncing that word the way you want that person to pronounce, that small difference should not be considered as deficient. I am not at all saying that one should make someone aware, or you should yourself make someone aware that, okay, I'm not pronouncing this word correctly. Let me check the correct pronunciation. I am not at all denying the importance of that. I'm talking about mindset. Mindset should be that difference in pronunciation should not be considered as deficient. Unfortunately, I have seen people, we ridicule others when they speak in wrong English. That's not fair. That's not correct. One language can't decide this. Yeah. So we can't put someone or belittle someone or put someone down just because there is a difference or there's error or there's a difference in pronunciation. So the first mindset I want you to write it down is write down the word mistake. Write down the word mistake, that I know, like any other language, if I'm speaking in English, I can do a mistake. What a big deal in that? Yeah, that's okay. As long as I'm communicating, I'm putting my point in such a way that you understand it's done. That's objective achieved. That's the number one mistake. Then you should ask yourself that why. Life is not about just what, life is why. Why we are so sensitive about mistakes. Why we don't just, we have a habit of ignoring people when they do mistakes in other language, but we don't accept mistakes in English. Why? Let's understand with the help of this simple example why we are so sensitive about mistakes. Imagine that you are in the flight. You're sitting in the flight, enjoying, and suddenly flight gets stable. And then now they start serving food. And then you look towards the air hostess with the corner of your eyes, and you can notice and overhear that, okay, she's serving food and she's saying, would you like to take something? Would you like to take something? Would you like to take something? What would you like to take? And she comes to you parallel to your row. There's someone sitting next to you. She looks towards that person and she says, would you like to take something? And then she looks towards you and she says, Sir, aap kuch loge? And then you feel that why suddenly she has changed the language. Am I not projecting that image that even I can speak in English or can understand English? Let me launch a poll and let me ask this question to you. How many of you will feel slightly awkward? Click on A. Yeah, Praveen, I will feel slightly awkward if she suddenly changes the language to her mother tongue or some other language. Click on A. Click on B. No, Praveen, I will not. A, if you are. If you. B, if you're not. Okay, let me end the poll and let me share the results. 87% people, ladies and gentlemen. It's a significant number. 87% people, almost 8 people, more than 8 people out of 10. Why? How can one language can evoke that emotion, negative emotion, or that kind of instability in you? How one language, how it's possible? The reason behind this why is because unfortunately, and I'm very carefully using this word unfortunately, that's the worst thing has happened in our country with this language. We have associated this language with our image. We feel that if I can speak in good English, if my image is good, and if I speak in bad English, my image is bad. This is just a language. How can one language can decide someone's image? So anything, any skill, language is a skill, any skill, when you are learning that skill, if the output of that skill is associated with your image, that skill is very difficult to learn and execute. Same problem with public speaking. Why people struggle? I've seen big people, CEOs and directors going struggling in front of people. They have knowledge, they have experience. Why they struggle? Because when speaking, whatever they are speaking, it is associated with their image. CEO of a company can't even speak. Image. English, we have, unfortunately, they're firmly wedded with our image. But you have to understand this, why, and then how to detach yourself from this. First, understand why. There has to be a reason behind this. If the culture of our country is that we have done this, we have married English with image, there is a reason behind it. There are reasons behind this. One reason is, of course, Britishers came here. And when Britishers were there, their language is, of course, no need to tell you English. But you go to China, you speak in Chinese, or Chinese coming to India speaking in Hindi, you will feel, wow, you can speak in our language, you give respect. You go to Germany, speak in German, you get respect, isn't it? Similarly, when Britishers were there, if any Indian speaking in English, their language, of course, the chances of giving more respect, of course, is obvious. And then others started observing. You speak in English, you get respect. You speak in English, you get respect. And Britishers were not there for here only for a few weeks or for months. They were there for decades and for centuries. So that resulted in the culture of our country that you speak in English, good. They have gone back. So it is so important for you to understand that that's a culture. You cannot change the culture. It is not possible to change the culture. Culture doesn't build overnight, doesn't disappear overnight. What do you mean by that? Example, there's one culture, and I'm still trying to understand what is the logic behind that culture. The culture is, if you're a man, cut the hairs, don't grow. If you're a girl, grow the hairs. What is the logic? Someone in the history decided, and then it became a trend, and then we are following it. You cannot change that culture. You said, Praveen, I want to change the culture of hair, but you can't do that. You have to accept it. You have to accept that in this country now, you speak in good English, you get respect. You have to accept it, but don't follow it. I accept that if you're a boy, cut hairs. I don't follow it. I personally don't follow it. I have the longest hair in my family, longer than my wife and my mother. But I accept that culture. I'm not in that mission, on that mission that no, a boy should grow here. Who has time for all that? So some people, when I see that no, English is no, we should respect our mother tongue, this and that, all good, boss. Go at workplace, go inside the conference room. There is an invisible switch button. You have to press that button and change the language to English, no matter even if your language is broken. So you have to accept that culture. But don't follow it. What do you mean by don't follow it? Don't follow it means make sure you don't feel like this. That if you speak in good English, it means it's good for your image. No. There are multiple things which you should decide your image is good or not. Not just language, it's just a language. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, sirs and madams, the second thing which I want you to write, that make sure you develop this mindset next time, whether you are speaking in good English, don't feel happy about it. It's just a language. You have to learn it, that's it. But the reverse is also equally correct. In case if you're not able to speak in good English, it's just a language. Come on, you will learn it. It's not going to spoil my image or build my image. You have that Develop that mindset and then keep learning, keep improving. The second, image. The third thing, which is according to me, many people, they feel that we are a little unfortunate in that regard. Tell me how many of you feel that the problem, Praveen, the Britishers came and then we have to adopt this foreign language. The problem is Britishers came to our country and then we have to adopt this foreign language. It's a foreign language. Click on A. Right, click on it. It's a foreign language. Click on A. That's a problem. That's a foreign language we have to adopt. A. Click on B. No, Praveen. No, A or B. A or B. Okay. Let me end this poll and let me share the results. 70% people and 30% people, they say, Praveen, no. So understand. First, very important thing we have to understand, 70% people. Moment you say something is foreign, you can't embrace it. You can't love it. I say something is foreign, it's foreign. You have that sense of alienation, sense of it's not mine. But critically observe that what is the reason why this particular language, out of 6,000 language on this planet Earth, 6,000. Out of 6,000 languages, why this language, more than 50% people on planet Earth, they use? Why we are the second largest consumer of this language? Why the international bilateral trades are in English? Why? Many of us, we feel this, that Britishers came, Britishers came, Britishers came. Let me show you something. Now, if you apply a simple sense, there are almost 200 countries on this planet Earth, right? Plus minus one or two here and there. Only 22 countries in the history were not invaded by Britain. So 10% countries were never invaded. It means what? 90% countries on this planet Earth were invaded by Britain. So we are not special. We are not different. Understand why we are using this language, not because it's foreign and this and that. Even when the Britishers were there, and if you remember the name like Raja Ram Mohan Rao, who is a very known, renowned, respected social reformer, right? He played a vital role in building the education of India, education system of India. Even when the Britishers were there, he was behind the authorities, behind the system that please adopt English in our education system. In those days, it was in Sanskrit. And the reason was that everything, all the development which was happening outside in physics, in maths, in science, in all other departments of the life, or in the science or in the technology world, was happening or getting documented in English. And it was so difficult to adopt in Sanskrit. So Raja Ram Mohan Rao said that if India, if you really want to get or stay updated with the rest of the world, we have to adopt this language in education system. He was the first person who started the college where there was two languages, Sanskrit and English. Even this, out of this 22 countries who were never invaded by Britishers, few countries actually invited Britishers, not of course to surrender in front of them, but to adopt this language. There is a reason why people use this language, and that reason is very simple, and that reason is because this language is simple. It's a very simple language. But anything is difficult if your mindset is not correct towards it. The beauty of this language itself is simplicity. So come out from this, that it's a foreign language and this language. Why don't you have this approach towards life, which I could able to develop as a traveler? As a solo traveler, the approach what I have is that we have not taken, or I have not taken birth in one country. I have, of course, the country has relevance in lots of areas of our life. I'm not denying the importance of country, but we have not taken birth in one country or one region or one religion. Rather we have taken birth on planet Earth. Why don't we just feel like that? That's the reason as a solo traveler, sometimes I feel that if I take my last breath, I will ask myself that, hey, have I really visited this planet or not? What is the logic of you coming on one planet or not even visiting it when you know that you're not going to visit again? Why don't you feel it's one world? What is foreign? So that mindset which you have to develop, ladies and gentlemen, if you really want to be comfortable with this language, moment you say foreign, but it's not mine, it's yours, it's our language, it's the language of this planet Earth. Embrace it, love it. How can you become comfortable with something which you don't love it? So the third point which I want you to write down the word foreign. Foreign. Write down. I will tell you how we will connect all these mindsets towards the end, but write down the word foreign. It's not a foreign language. I know I will do a mistake while speaking. That won't stop me in speaking English. Even if I speak in English, that doesn't mean that it's good for my image. No, it's nothing to do with my image. I'm just using the language. It's not a foreign language. Let's move forward. What is the fourth mindset out of 5 mindset? The fourth one is, which is really stopping many people at workplace to learn this language. And that the attitude towards learning. What do you mean by that? It means many of us, we believe, and I will take a poll on this. Many of us, we believe that investment on education, it has to be done in school or in college. Moment you have invested your time, energy, money, resources in school and college, right, then you have to reap the benefits in school of life. What is the logic of investing your time, energy, especially money, when you are already in school of life? I remember I conducting a workshop on business storytelling for some senior leaders of one good, very known company. And business storytelling is a part of public speaking. So I asked this question to them, that how many of you think that public speaking is very important for your career? And they said, of course it is important, Praveen. And then I asked one more question. Tell me, all of you are in 40s and 50s. How many of you have actually taken any formal education about public speaking before? And more than 85 to 90% people, they said, no, Praveen, we have never taken. And I said, then what you were waiting for? Your organization to conduct a workshop for you. On one hand, you're saying that it is so important for me to grow, because the investment on education learning has to be done by someone else in the school of life. Let me ask this question. How many of you think that, Praveen, yes, that's how the world is, that we feel that investment on education only in school and college. Moment we are in school of life, we hesitate to invest. Click on A. You have seen that, you have witnessed that. Click on it. Click on B. No, Praveen, it's not like that. A. Yeah, that's how the world is behaving, Praveen. A or B, A or B, A or B, A or B, A or B. Thank you very much. So 68% and 32% people, they say, Praveen, no. So I'm happy that, from one angle, I'm also happy from this, that, okay, 32% people, they said that, yes, not necessary. I'm personally investing. But the point I'm making here is this, that why this is a perfect recipe for disaster, this attitude. If you have this attitude, it's a perfect recipe for living a disastrous life. Why? Because the mindset towards education has to be this, that the only reason I invested almost 20 years of my life in school and college to learn something which even at the point of learning, I was aware I'm not going to use it in my life. What is the logic of learning sine theta and cos theta? At least I've never understood that. I was a pharmacist, and those days we used to cut frogs and put adrenaline into it to see the impact of that chemical on their heart. What I'm doing with that skill, by the way, at this point of time. But why we were learning all that? Because my attitude is, the only reason I personally or even you invested that amount of time in learning something in which you are not even interested in is to develop one very unique skill. And that skill is how to learn something even if you're not interested. In the school of life, if you really want to thrive, not survive, If you really want to grow and thrive, reach the pinnacle and live a life which you have imagined for yourself, then you have to carefully pick the skills. And when you're picking that skill, you might feel, oh, I'm not interested. But for 20 years, we have learned the skill. Even if I'm not interested, I know it is important for me. Let me learn that skill. But many times I have seen people, including in my organization also, sometimes HR comes to me and she says, Praveen, I cannot give promotion to this person. I said, what happened? But I can't even speak, Praveen. I can't change the culture. I can't tell my HR, okay, don't worry, let him speak in Hindi. No, can't change the culture, boss. So you have to accept, unfortunately, not many people are growing at workplace because, as you said, we hesitate to express because they feel that, okay, let me live with this now. I'm already late to learn this language. And that's the reason at the start I told you, when did I learn this language? So one thing which you have to understand, that if you really want to learn this language, then you have to have this attitude. You have to be a student throughout your life. That's the only reason we have learned in school and college. Otherwise, it's all wastage. We are not using anything, most of us, from that school and college. So write down the word attitude. What is your attitude towards English? Doesn't matter even if you're a CEO of one company, I will learn like a student, no matter. What is your attitude? The last mindset. Are we good on time? Yeah, we are good on time. The last mindset. The last mindset is, many of us, we think that when we are not able to speak fluently at workplace or whenever we are using this language, that thought comes in your mind that, my English is not good. I wish I could have, no, my English is good. I would have able to speak fluently and this and that and the rest of it. The thought comes in your mind. I must tell you, understand the word fluency very correctly from the mindset point of view. From a skill set point of view, there are various techniques and methods of improving your fluency. Say example, you say, Praveen, I want to improve my vocabulary. Then, yeah, there is no logic of using high, heavy words while communicating, because the very essence of communication, that the other person should understand what you want to communicate. If you are using certain words which people do not have in their vocabulary bank, so they have the liberty of understanding whatever as per their understanding. That's not communication. That's not communication. So even if you have a habit of using heavy vocabulary, you have to give an anchor word. Let me give an example. So if I say, I don't want to be disrespectful or impudent about it. So many of you know that what do you mean by disrespectful, impudent about it. Few of you might not be having this word in your dictionary, impudence, impudent. But because I have used disrespectful, okay, plus minus यही meaning होगा इसका. So whenever you are using the heavy vocabulary, do a favor to people who are listening to you. Make sure you are adding the simple word too. Otherwise, then you are in the trap of showing, I can speak in that hi-fi English. The very usage of language is to communicate, not to show your image. Right? So another very good way of improving your fluency is phraseology. Make phrases, right? Whenever you are watching something, just you have to have your own phrase banks. For example, I have my own phrase bank. Whenever I watch something, and if I feel that this phrase is very good, I write down that phrase in the mobile. Then I write down on the chats, and then I put here. Every day, just pour it, read one phrase, because you're picking something which you like. The problem with heavy vocabulary, we make those list of heavy words and we never use in our life. So the techniques and methods of phrases or building your fluency. If I have to pick one example, what do you mean by phrases? For example, this phrases, it has its own epic saga. Right? This phrase is very nice word. It has its own epic saga and is worth pausing and appreciating that. It means he has his own story and it's worth pausing and appreciating that. I might have heard this maybe on Netflix web series or something like that. And I saw it as a nice line. Yeah. I see a I'm a storyteller. I see a using of this line in my communication. Phrases will help you to improve your fluency. So I have lots of phrases. Make your phrase bank. That is skill set. But the problem is mindset with fluency, not skill set. What is the mindset issue? The mindset issue with fluency is this. We use English at workplace. We are learning English to grow at workplace. Agree? We don't use English. After this webinar, I will sit with my mother. I don't speak in English with her. At workplace only. At workplace, the content is always complex. The situation is always slightly stressed. Correct? We are speaking in front of colleagues, bosses. At workplace, we are slightly conscious about people. And when we speak on one particular topic, and when we are not speaking fluently, many times we feel that this reason for this disfluency is your command on this language, that my English is not good. That's the reason I am not able to speak fluently. But many times the fluency is not there in your thoughts. Your content is not fluent. Your thoughts are not well organized. Language is just a vehicle to deliver that content. But if the thoughts are not organized, if thoughts are not fluent, no matter how good language you have, you will still not able to speak fluent. So the mindset you have to understand, you have to develop this mindset every time. Not necessarily because of this language, I'm not able to speak fluently. Maybe sometimes in this particular situation, I was not clear. I was unclear about it, a little ambivalent about it. So do this exercise next time. When you are speaking in English and if you're not fluent, shift to your mother tongue. And you will observe you are still not able to put that point effectively and fluently, even in your mother tongue. But that might happen. So right now, the last mindset, which is fluency. And whenever you feel that, okay, I want to be fluent, make sure that you expect fluency only when your thoughts are fluent. Otherwise, don't expect. That's just a language, just a vehicle. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, sirs and madams, if you have carefully observed this, 5 mindset: mistake, image, foreign, attitude, and fluency. And if you take the first word from all these 5, it should sound like, am I fearless and fluent? If you asking this question to yourself that, Praveen, am I fearless and fluent in English? If answer to that question is yes, congratulations. But if not, then let's understand what is the strategy to do that now with this mindset. How do I learn? Let's understand the strategy. But before that, let me ask this question via poll only. Tell me, how many of you here say, Praveen, yes, I agree. I understand the importance of this language, and I want to speak in English fearlessly and fluently in my life to grow. Click on A. Let me see how many of you are hungry and thirsty to invest your time, energy, money, resources in this strategy. Click on A. Click on A. Click on B. No problem. I'm not interested. A or B? A or B? Oh my God. Oh, someone has to check from which side the sun has come up today. 100% people. Okay, it's very difficult to get people agree on one. Chalo, let's understand the strategy. You'll understand what is the strategy, what is the time investment, what is the money investment, what you should expect, how we have built this strategy. Let's understand all that. Let's move forward. The strategy is, we have community called Fearless and Fluent English Community. Now more than 1,000 people are there. Each and every one has spent time with me in live webinar. People cannot enter in this community from outside. First, I want to develop your correct mindset towards it, then start learning. Number 1. Number 2, everyone has invested time and little money to enter into this. So we have serious people inside. Okay. What is the strategy? The strategy is, like any other skill, you have to break this skill in layers. You cannot just learn it together. Layer by layer, you have to learn. The way we build cake layer by layer, English has to be learned layer by layer. What is the first very important layer? We cannot move forward without this layer. And that layer is your base. Now, what do you mean by base? The strong base of English. What do you mean by that? The strong base means, can I speak in English without even thinking that I'm speaking in English? Can I drive without even thinking that I'm driving? That's called subconscious execution of the skill. Moment you think that I want to speak in English, I'm speaking in English, you're gone. So for each layer, I have separate, very carefully selected trainer. For this layer, I have Surbhi Jain. She's expert in helping people to speak in English subconsciously. What do you mean by that? Without thinking, what is my grammar, what is my this, and am I speaking in English, and all that subconsciously, without translating from your mother tongue to English and English to that doesn't happen in real world. It doesn't happen in reality. So to speak in fearless and fluent, we have Surbhi Jain first, the foundation. Now, all the trainers we have very carefully selected, each and every one, they're expert in English, but at fearless and fluent community, they have taken one particular responsibility, that I will ensure that students here, or all the people, when I say students, doesn't matter whether you are 18 or 80 years old, we all are students in School of Life. So everyone here will develop subconscious way of looking toward this language, speaking subconsciously. Without that, no. So the way no structure can build without a strong foundation, you cannot speak in English without a strong foundation. Surbhi Jain will help you to build that foundation. Then the second layer. Unfortunately, the way we don't tolerate even a single spot on that creamy layer, it has to be pristine white. We don't tolerate any mistake in our grammar. We expect from ourselves, and people expect from us, that we should speak accurately. Mindset has to be there that yes, I can make mistake, but that doesn't mean that you should not take efforts to correct it. So she will teach you. Charu is experienced, 14 years of experience in teaching English. And she has taken the responsibility that all the traditional grammar, modern grammar, everything, you will learn from Charu. Because a cake looks pretty only if the creamy layer is spotless. Similarly, if your English is not flawless, then it will not look good. And the problem with grammar, ladies and gentlemen, that which even I faced several times in my life, that if you have certain doubts about grammar, formation of sentence and formation of sentence in various scenarios, past, present, and all that, then if you are in a comfortable position, you are a leader and speaking in front of kids, it's okay. But moment you are in a little stressful situation, and if you have a doubtful grammar, that will stop you from speaking in English. That is called disfluency. Get your grammar clear once. So Charu will help you to do that. Then we all are here because we want to speak in this language the way we speak fluently with our mother tongue. That's a science. And someone who has fallen in love with languages only can do that. Karishma, she's a polyglot. She can speak in 3 languages, not Hindi, Gujarati, Marathi, like I can speak. No, not like that. Spanish, French, English. And when I say speak, she can build conversations. She can speak comfortably. She loves languages. She will tell you what are the modern techniques and methods of building fluency. One is phraseology. One technique is phraseology. Ladies and gentlemen, one thing which I really like about Karishma, she knows that every person has personality. So your fluency has to match your personality. In case if you try to be fluent like someone else, it will look phony. It will look uncomfortable, even for you, even for listener. So she understands the real sense of fluency. She will help you to improve your fluency. And no matter what we have in our plate, how much food, but we always look for that achar and papad. No matter how good the cake is, but we always look for the cherries and berries. Adding little flavor. You stand in front of some big high authority people, it has to look classy. For that, I have one senior person from the industry. She was for a long period of time in the industry working. And then for last few years, she's now helping industry leaders to improve their English language, especially add that class. Sashikala madam will help you to speak in English elegantly. So 4 trainers we have. Each and everyone has their own understanding and responsibility at Fearless and Fluent community. So you get maximum benefits from it. If you learn, adopt this learning, then speaking in English will be a cakewalk for you. Now questions might be coming in your mind, Praveen, how we will get access to this knowledge? And $1 million question, what is the cost? First, understand how you're going to get access to their knowledge. We have a hybrid model. Just online courses won't suffice. So hybrid model means you learn at your own convenience, at the same time live training. So how it works? First, you get access to Fearless and Fluent Community Library, which is a proper Android iOS web version. You, in this live webinar itself, you will download and start accessing the course, both iOS application and Android application. Now, in case if you say Praveen, Android iOS not required, web version also. So you have access of online courses, 4 trainers, each trainer minimum 5 hours. So almost 20 to 25 hours of content is there, organized content. How to consume this content, how to watch this strategically, I will tell you. But you get right now in this live webinar, instant access to 25 hours of content. Then if you are learning, you have to practice. Without that, it's not possible. But the problem with practice is that, Praveen, how do I practice? Where do I practice? With whom I should practice? So for that, we have a close private Facebook community. Outsiders are not allowed. Only those who are a part of Fearless and Fluent community. So not only you practice there, but you practice in an organized way. Trainers will tell you how to practice. If you want to improve your fluency, subconsciousness, based upon your objective, how to practice, what to practice, what kind of exercises we are doing. I will show you that afterwards. But right now, those who are entering, they will get access to close private Facebook community. So you practice. Now, if you're learning, if you are practicing, you have to have doubts. Who will clear your doubts? Trainers. So every Wednesday, write down, every Wednesday, 7 p.m., they come live for 90 minutes with 2 objectives. One trainer will come with 2 objectives. First objective, because all 4 are expert in English, they can answer all your questions. But they also add or strengthen their individual layer. So example, if Karishma is coming, Karishma will also strengthen about your fluency. If Surabhi is coming, she will strengthen your subconscious, how you can speak English subconsciously. So you get every week in a month 4 live sessions to clear your doubts, because a doubtful mind will never able to speak in English fearlessly and fluently. So you get this 3. Now, Praveen, what is the price? Price is 4 trainers are there. You have access to close private, lots of activities. At the same time, every month 4 live training sessions. So the price has to be significant. So the price is 9,999 per year. But you also know you are in live webinar. In live webinar, if I'm not giving discount, it's just like you're going to a Bata shop and saying, today any discount, and they say no. Oh, hey, what nonsense, Bata shop, discount has to be there. So I cannot change the culture of giving discounts in live webinar. I don't want to also. I want to respect your presence right now. Doesn't matter whether you're watching me on Zoom or maybe some other platform. You are watching me live. I want to respect that. I'm giving you discount. First, 4,999 per year. But for those people who say, Praveen, I will think about it. I will take action. But there are a few people here who say, no, Praveen, this is what I want. I want to invest time in this community so I can grow. I'm giving you 2 discounts. One, the discount of money, this man-made piece of paper. But I'm giving you one more discount, which is more important than this money. That is discount on time. But if you have attended my live webinars before, you know that I give discount only for 20 minutes. And in 20 minutes, the link which I'm going to share with you, I will personally, before I end this live webinar, will disable the discount. So I'm giving the link in the chat. In 20 minutes, the links are active. Make sure, I will tell you what will happen when you click on the link. The links are there in the chat. I'm giving you two links. First, the direct link. If you want to avoid the traffic, just click on the direct link or go to ffunglish.in. I repeat, ffunglish.in. From there also you can buy. Now what will happen when you click on the link? I will show you. I'm clicking on the first link, which is a direct link, which you can avoid traffic. Hundreds of people are here. See, what happens when you click on the link? This will open. I will share the screen. This screen will open. See, now you say, Praveen, I just want to get a quick, see the syllabus, what exactly they are covering. Click on the link and you will find 4 folders here. Surabhi Jain, Charu, Karishma, Sashikala. Sashikala madam. Click on Surabhi Jain. You will find the first course is around 3 hours, which is, I say, foundation course. What is the role of Surabhi? Subconscious speaking. Then followed by 1 hour of educational session. Similarly, Charu. The first is foundation course. What is the role of Charu? Grammar. Followed by education on grammar. Use of would have, could have, should have, all that knowledge. Then Karishma. First is foundation, followed by education. Same with Sashikala madam. First, foundation, followed by 3 hours of foundation, followed by education. So in case, now the same amount here where it is written 1999 will be 4999 in 20 minutes. So make sure, ladies and gentlemen, don't linger with this. If you are not fearless and fluent, within my capacity, I'm giving the best discount. My digital marketing team, my trainers are behind me, but I understand the importance of this language to grow in your life. I will not able to hold this discount for a long period of time. You will see after a few live webinars, you will see I selling this at 2,499, increasing the cost by 500 rupees. I'm telling you at this point of time only, take the advantage. Make sure in just less than 2,000 rupees, you are getting 4 trainers, lifelong access only if you are in 20 minutes. Only in 20 minutes, lifelong access, 4 trainers, weekly 1. So every month, 4 live training session. Get your doubts clear about English. Same time, the community with whom you can practice. Let me show you the community. Let me show you the community and I will show you what do you mean by practice, Praveen. How can we practice? Let me also tell you what kind of practice activities we have at Fearless and Fluent community. Let me show you the community first. Those who are watching me outside, you can go on ffunglish.in in case if the link is not visible. If you have lost the link in the chat, FF. We want to learn how to speak in English fearless, fluent. ffunglish.in. Now, the reason why, in case if you want to understand more, let me go on that website, ffunglish.in, and tell you what you will observe there. You say, Praveen, I want to know more about the trainers. I want to know what they are covering, what I will learn from Surabhi, what I will learn from Charu, Karishma, Sashikala madam. At the same time, how they train, a little glimpse of that. Everything is there in ffunglish.in website. Take a call for 20 minutes. Take a decision. Have one tick in your life that yes, I want to get rid of this that I can't speak in English fearlessly and fluently. You have to work hard. Everyone has to work hard, but the work hard in the correct direction. 4 scientifically designed, 4 different trainers working on different 4 layers of English. What is my role? Okay. If you are in 20 minutes, I love those people who take the decision of investing. You will get this absolutely free. What is that? See, I have one belief that it's just not English or public speaking. as a student of communication, whatever I'm learning in my life, I should raise awareness about it. That's the application of communication. So one thing which I want to raise awareness about is how to live a fearless life. I see lots of people, they have a lot of fear in their life. To live a fearless life, you have to have correct mindset, growth mindset. So all the community members, every Tuesday we meet. For last few weeks or months, I've kept this on hold, this particular activity, because I'm busy in working with a lot of other trainers. You might have observed that if you're a part of WhatsApp group, a lot of other trainers, they come and train. But now I'm restarting this. When I will restart this activity, it will be a paid community again, where you get every week, one live training session from me, interactive training session, how to live a fearless life, how to develop the growth mindset. There is a reason, ladies and gentlemen, the boy sitting in front of you, son of a rickshaw driver, is got acknowledged by Economic Times as one of the most promising entrepreneurs of year 2019. There is a reason that even I could not able to speak in English few years ago. I've gone on TEDx 9 times or reached the quarterfinals of World Champion of Public Speaking. There's a reason. The reason is mindset. You have to have correct mindset. This community will be paid. I'm giving it free if you are in 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Let's spend time and let's learn how to live a life which you have imagined. So if you want to know about me, this page is active. After this, right now you're clicking on it, you will get in 1999. After this, 4999. 20 minutes, 4999. Okay, let me show you the group, the community, very quickly. The community is this. See, as I said, 1,000 members, we are growing very fast. If I have to show you example, shadowing. Shadowing is one activity recommended by trainers to help people to improve their fluency or subconscious way of speaking. Shadowing. Okay? Like this, ladies and gentlemen, you will find various activity. Let me give example of one activity that will help you to understand what you mean by activity. Okay. For example, this is the recent activity Karishma has launched. Can you see this? This is a recent activity Karishma has launched. This activity is every Thursday, 7 p.m. along with your whatever you are getting. When you are getting every Wednesday's 90-minute live session, apart from that. Very beautiful. I just love when she proposed this activity, right? She said, Praveen, the problem I have realized that people do not have people with whom they can speak. She said, Praveen, the problem I have realized that people do not have people with whom they can speak in English. So we launched this Practice Buddy. Practice Buddy, what is the activity? In Practice Buddy, what we do, she will be hosting every Thursday, 7 p.m. she comes. You come. Those people who say, Praveen, I do not have people in my life with whom I should speak in English, and I want to speak with close people. So she comes, and there are 5 topics. Anything, politics, all different topics. 5 topics. Example, the increase in petrol price, or maybe politics, or maybe sports. 5 different topics. So you get variety. You pick your topic. You pick your topic. Okay, I have certain views about this particular topic. Then we have 5 different Zoom rooms. For example, 100 people are there and they select the topic. So each person will go in the individual Zoom room. So I go to Zoom where I am talking about petrol. So I go there in that Zoom. You will find only few people there. Okay, there are 7 to 8 people or less than that. There will be one moderator in that who can moderate. Otherwise, there's a fish market. So moderator will moderate. Everyone gets an opportunity to speak. There is only one way to improve English, speaking in English. Without that, you can't do. Can I send her the link to pay? Can I send her? Sir, I want this to reach to maximum people. Because I understand the importance of this language. Do what you want to do, but only 20 minutes. Take the decision now. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if any questions, yes, certificates will be available. Certificates will be available. I'm not denying. Certificates, you will get the certificate, but don't buy this for certificate. I'm starting the 20 minutes timer now. Sorry, 20 minutes timer, please. 20 minutes. Don't worry. All those you have paid, done. All those you have paid, hold on. Do not worry. Make sure you are putting the correct mobile number. Correct mobile number. It's absolutely OTP based. Yeah, I will tell you how to download the app, how to download Android and iOS, everything. All those who have paid, now follow these instructions. I repeat, those who have paid, follow these instructions. And either you can go to ffunglish.in or I'm giving you the link in the chat itself. I'm giving the links in the chat. Listen very carefully now. Don't be in a hurry. Let me put the links in all other platforms. If you're watching this outside, either you can go to ffunglish.in. There are links to download the app. I will tell you where exactly it is, links to download the app. Or you can see the links in the chat too. Okay, 1 minute. Go on this page. When you go here, how do I access my course? Android app, iOS app, and web version. Okay. Now, those people who have entered already, if you have access to chat, if you're on Zoom, you have access to chat. If you have an Android phone, download the Android app. If you have an iOS phone, download the iOS app. When you will download the iOS app, it will ask for ORG code. The ORG code is WECRU. WECRU, ORG code. It will ask for ORG code. Those who say, Praveen, I don't want to download any app. I want to watch everything on web. The web link is there. On web link also, it will ask for ORG code. ORG code, mobile number, and OTP. When you put your mobile number, the way you do your bank transfer, you put your mobile number, you get the OTP. Similarly, you will get the OTP instantly. Put the OTP. If you have paid, you will get access to Fearless and Fluent community, all the members. If you have not paid, you will not get. And ORG code is WECRU. WECRU. It is there on ffunglish.in. Also, I've written the ORG code. Here also, I've written the ORG code. Clear? Download the app, put the mobile number, put your OTP, you're in. Now, how much time I have? 17 minutes, 11 seconds, then we are closing this offer. 17 minutes, 11 seconds. Okay. Now, how do I send a request to join my close private Facebook community? I will tell you that. Before that, let me speak to those people who are still hesitant in taking the decision. Let me speak to you directly. See, Sir Ashish, there's only one payment. There's only one payment, that is 1,999, but that payment is only for next 16 minutes, 31 seconds. This is lifelong. I'm giving it only in live webinar. The same, I have to increase for 4 trainers. So in this live webinar, the links are there. In 1,999, you get lifetime access to FFE community. 4 trainers, lifetime access to their learnings throughout the life. A fair deal. If 1,999 is not shaking your financial stability, what do you mean by that? Praveen, 1,999 I pay and I'm bouncing my EMIs. 1,999 I pay and then I'm worried whether I will be eating twice or thrice tomorrow. If it is not shaking your financial stability, and if you're still here, if it is shaking your financial stability, I can understand, but check that. What do you mean by checking that? You go outside and suddenly if you get a dog bite, will you come back to home and say, I had a dog bite, I don't have money, or will you go to a doctor? You will go to a doctor because it is important for your life. I must tell you, we are living in the country where speaking in English can change and make your life. That's a fact. That's a culture. Can't change it. You have to accept it. You can't change that culture. We have learned that today. So if 1,999 is not shaking your financial stability, I must tell you, Respect the efforts what we are taking with this initiative. We genuinely want that people from this country should get rid of this nonsense problem that we are not able to express only at our workplace. How can we grow? Some efforts required. 3 to 6 months of genuine efforts from your side, and you will get remarkable benefits. So if 1,999 is there in your bank, not shaking your financial stability, still you're not entering, I must tell you this, then you must be having suffering from one disease, right? Because time should not be the issue here. Normally we take the buying decision based on what? Based upon whether I have money or don't have money. You said, Praveen, I don't have money. Zero, nothing. But I have money, but I don't have time for this. Now, it's a mobile application. At your convenience, you can watch, number one. Number two, every Wednesday, if you're missing, you get the recording. So time should not be the issue here. Correct? So what is the issue? In case if you are still struggling to take the decision, the issue should be something, there is a disease. Issue is, there is one disease. Even I was suffering from this disease for many years. There is a name to this disease. Right? There's a name to this disease. It's called chromatophobia. All those people who have already entered, I will tell you what is the next step. How do you send requests to join closed private Facebook community? Meanwhile, download the app. When you are downloading the app, make sure you're putting the correct number so you get access. Right? The same mobile number which you have used at the time of the purchase. Okay, what is this chromatophobia? Why, despite of having money in my bank, still I'm not paying? What is stopping me? What is stopping you is this, which was stopping me for many years. The habit of saving money. I want to save money because I have such a painful relationship with this money. I've seen so many times in childhood that if you don't have money, you're in pain. So save money. Let me save money. And the symptoms, by the way. The symptoms are, say example, you reach the airport at 1 a.m. in the night. And then if the hotel is arranged by your office or corporate, then you will of course drive for 30 kilometers also. But if the hotel is not arranged, then you might say, why not to sleep at airport only? AC is also here. Early in the morning, I will just get fresh from here and will go to work. That is chromatophobia. Or you go to the market and then you say, 800 rupees Alfonso mango. Are we mad? If mangoes are available in 50 rupees, mangoes are mangoes. Save money. Or as a traveler, I don't remember taking a private taxi or private bus. Always local. Local bus. Save money. My point is, you cannot come out from that if you have that conditioning. I have that conditioning. I'm still a son of an auto rickshaw driver. I know that. Even I always want to save money. But for what? So I can invest correctly from where I will get returns. So am I investing on correct thing here? Yeah. This is the language. I'm in India. I'm not born in some other country. I'm in India. This is the culture of this country that if you can't speak in English, you can't grow. I have to speak in English fearlessly and fluently. So there is an offer in front of me where everything I'm getting in 1,999, lifelong. Lifelong, every week, I have a trainer at my service. They can solve my questions. I get doubts clear. I get access to proper Android, iOS phone. I can watch at my own convenience. Still, I'm not entering. Still, I'm not investing. Please share the link again. So links are there in the chat, ma'am. Links are there, sir or madam. Links are there. Whether you are starting your career, middle of the career, top of the career, CEO, or even if the prime minister of one country, doesn't matter. Skill is skill. If you're trying to climb mountain doesn't differentiate whether prime minister is climbing or a common man is climbing. Skill is skill. So it doesn't matter where you are in your life. If you are struggling to speak in this language fearlessly and fluently, take your debit card, credit card out and take the advantage of this, what we are offering in 1,999. No batch code is required. I repeat, 10 minutes left. No batch code is required. No batch code is required. Last 10 minutes left. Now, all those people who have entered, do this. Do this, those who have entered. When you go to course, if you have downloaded the app, go to course content. Go to course content, and there is a folder called FFE resource. Open that folder. There's a folder called FFE resource. Open that folder. When you open that folder, there's a PDF file in that folder. I repeat, go to course content. There is a folder called FFE resource. Open that folder. There is a PDF. There's a PDF file. 1 minute. Why it's showing 1 minute? Yeah. So there is a PDF file. Ladies and gentlemen, the same amount will be 4999 in exactly 8 minutes 46 seconds. The same amount, 1999, it will be 4999. Go to course content, FFE resource, and when you click on that PDF file, if you're a paid family member of Fearless and Fluent community, then it will open. Otherwise, it will do something like this. Open that PDF file. In that PDF file, there are two links. Two links. In that PDF file, there are two links. Link number 1. Joins Fearless and Fluent close private Facebook group. Click here to join. In that link, it will be written, and write down the secret code. See, it's a close private community on Facebook, but anyone can send the request. But if you are writing the secret code, we know that you are a paid subscriber. Okay, where I will tell you. 1 minute. Again, go to your course content, go to FFE course, go to your course content. Go to your course content. There is a PDF file. Course content, there is a PDF file. Okay, open that PDF file. So write down the secret code without fail. Those people who are sending, before I end this webinar, I will accept their request right now. So you get not only get access to all the courses right now, you will also get access to close private community right now. In that PDF file, there is also a link to join Telegram group. I repeat, link to join Telegram group. Telegram group is to send notifications and reminders to join the sessions. Okay, I have started accepting those people who have written the secret code. In case if you have not written the secret code, my humble request, you have to. You have to. Okay, let me take the, in case. Okay, let me check. Ladies and gentlemen, my humble request, please make sure, don't do this. How to get secret code. See, again, listen very carefully. Don't just send the request without, see, if you're sending the request without a secret code, then your request will be accepted tomorrow, not today. Right? Because my team has to manually check. But if you're writing the secret code, yes. Yes, it is a Brainy family app. Yes, it's a Brainy family app. Yes, Madhu, everyone, all those people who have entered, my humble request, download the app which I have given. The links are there in the chat to download the app. And after downloading the app, what to do, I will tell you. What to do after downloading the app. How do you organize your learning? I will very quickly tell you that. Okay. See, 5 minutes, 14 seconds, very quickly, let me tell you, how do you organize your learning? The first thing you should do when you download the app, you will get access to this, as I told you. First, send request. become a part of that close private community, write down the secret code. Then watch my welcome video. Watch my welcome video that how you can extract maximum juice from this community. Then there are two ways of looking at it now, ladies and gentlemen. Understand, everyone who is entering into this community is at different level. I have seen some people, they are already at medium level and then they are entering. Everyone has a different level. Or some people, they even struggle the way I used to struggle even to form a same single sentence. Different level. Irrespective of what level you are in, I still want you to complete the foundation course of each trainer. Foundation course of Surabhi, which will help you that what is the mindset I should create. Foundation of Charu, that is grammar, Karishma, fluency, Sashikala madam, how to add class. Clear the foundation course. Right? Foundation course is 3 hours each, so 12 hours. So you have 12 hours of learning plan first, that clear it. Maybe 1 hour each, 2 hours each, all based upon your learning exercise or learning capacity. After that, then you have to decide if you are smart enough to learn smartly. You decide, what is my problem? Is my problem grammar? Spend more time with Charu madam. Watch her online courses. Is my problem that I have that fear in my mind? I have never spoken in English before. I think that what people will think about me if I speak in English. Spend more time with Surabhi. Watch her recordings, educational sessions. Your problem is that, Praveen, I can speak. I just want to work on that fluency. That fluency is not coming. Spend time with Karishma. Watch her online courses. Or you say, Praveen, I'm already speaking at one level, but I want to add that finesse, that class with Sashikala madam. Carefully select. That is second strategy. Third strategy, if you're really serious, take a small diary. Take a call that for next 3 months, I will speak. I have to speak in English. When suddenly, in case if you say, Praveen, I don't have an option only. For example, as I told you at the start, when I started making videos, I didn't keep any option in front of me. I don't have an option. I have to speak in English only in my videos. Right? So you say, Praveen, I have to speak in English. I want to speak in English. I don't have any option. I will speak. While speaking, then you will face certain problems. Sometimes vocabulary problem, sometimes pronunciation problem, sometimes you have a problem of grammar. Write down those questions. Write down those doubts. Make sure you get maximum benefit from those doubt clearing sessions when you are meeting them. Write down in that small diary. Then when you are coming, you are asked them. Clear your doubts. That should be your three. From my side, you should do it. And then if you are buying in 20 minutes every Tuesday, we will meet. I'm starting those mindset session again. Right? I'm almost done with my plans and everything which I was busy with. So I will be starting my mindset session even throughout the life. I'm giving that free. I love to meet those people who understand the power of investment. That too, a quick decision, 90 seconds left. 90 seconds left. Last time, the links are there. Now, all the links, if you are watching me outside, ladies and gentlemen, ffunglish.in, within 90 seconds, I will be starting the process of disabling the discount. Search. Someone say, someone is saying searching debit card. Search. Search, search. Yeah, I'm accepting the request if you have written the secret code. Please search the debit card. Take the advantage of this offer. Please search it. Meanwhile, I'm accepting the request if you have written the secret code. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to respect my words and I have to respect the decision of those people who have taken the decision within 20 minutes. So I am starting the process of disabling the discount. Anyone here who is in the process of making payment in the middle already entered. Secret code is there in the PDF file. Go to course content, there's a PDF file. Anyone here who's in the middle of the payment because it might error, go show error. Just say I in the chat box if you are in the middle of the payment. If you are in the middle of the payment, but already put everything and in the middle. Vinod, please do it. Please do it quickly. Please do it quickly. Please do it quickly. Anupama, all those people, Vinod, Paparao, please do it quickly. Okay, where is the PDF file? Again, where to put the ORG code? Okay, ORG code is required when you are downloading the iOS app. Android ORG code is not required. If you are downloading the Android iOS, it will ask for ORG code. At the same time, if you are downloading, if you are watching on web, it will ask. PDF file is there. I have to respect time. All those people who are in the middle, I can wait maximum 3 minutes, not more than that. 3 minutes timer, please, Sari. Okay. Okay. A PDF file is, where is the PDF file? PDF file is in the course content. There is a folder called FFE resource. Make sure you are putting that. Clicking on it, there's a PDF file, open it, there's a PDF file. Meanwhile, I'm starting the process of disabling the discount now. How do I do that? In case if you are interested to, instead of watching towards me, because I will be keeping my mouth shut when I'm doing that. I have to do it very carefully. So let me go and disable the discount. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, in exactly 2 minutes, 10 seconds, especially for those people who are in the middle of the payment. I'm doing this only for those people, those who have not in the middle. I have no idea. I'm very sure that if you have not taken the decision in 22 minutes, you will not take now also. There might be some genuine reason behind that. I respect that reason. But in 1 minute, 55 seconds, I will be clicking on the save button. Moment I do that, the discount will be over. Only for those people who are in the middle, so you don't face any error. I will respect my throat for next 1 minute, 42 seconds. Last 1 minute, 6 seconds. There is a chat module in app. In case any problem, any question, any doubts, you can raise the chat. You can write in the chat. Monday, my team will reply to it. There is a proper chat module because we will be using the chat, audio chat also to start certain activities within a capacity we want to build. So you can speak more. So you want to build that ecosystem in FFE. Paparao, those are not the numbers. You can just download the chat and you can raise the chat. You can put whatever you have to. Those are not the numbers. Okay. With this, let me respectfully save it and check it. So I respect the words, what we have decided. So if I now go here, it should show 4999. All the people who have entered, all the people who have entered. Congratulations, you are a part of Fearless and Fluent community now. Keep the objective very clear that minimum 3 months. Minimum 3 months. Put your time, energy now. You have already put your money, 1999. Put your time, energy. As the strategy which I have told you, first, clear the foundation course. Second, follow what you want behind that trainer only. And third, make sure keep the doubt notebook. Keep clearing your, writing your doubts. Asking a correct question is more difficult than giving a right answer. Ask questions. Ask questions. It could be as simple as how to pronounce question. How to pronounce question. I still pronouncing it incorrectly. Tell us how to do that. Okay. With this, let's respect time. Sunday, all those people who have entered. In case if you have not, no problem. You must be having genuine reason of that, doing that. No batch code is required. No batch code is required. ORG code is WECRU. Okay. Download the app. Any problem, you can just put the chat. Monday, my team will come back to you. In case if you say, Praveen, from where I should download the app, you can go to ffunglish.in. But it might show 1999 there, but you will click on it. It will be 4999. So discount is over. Okay. With this, ladies and gentlemen, let's respect time. This is Prem signing out until we meet again.